it's a dream for many. It's a reality for few. Let's continue on. Water source. Consider the water source.
So consider it. So, you know, if you come from the city, we turn on our tap, we drink our water, right? What are we doing here? So are you taking it in from the lake, the river, and is it actually drinkable? Most of the times it is not. So yet we have to consider this both in the fact that, A, are you getting delivery? Are you able to get water delivery? Are you bringing in water? Also, what is your water on the lake, on the river? Is it spring-fed, right? So you have to consider your water when you are buying a cottage. Is it murky? Is it clean? Is it spring-fed? So a lot of people don't realize the fact that they need to possibly bring in the big buckets of water into the cottage, which is, again, another, you know, we talk about maintenance.
Yeah.
Bringing it in.
Yeah, another thing to the list. Ease of access.
Huge. Huge, huge, huge. So we are going to break this down at least into two parts. So what is your thoughts on this cottage? Are we not only going boating? Are we also going skiing?
Oh, if it's year-round.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the fact is that who is allowing you access? Are you going to have to clear it in regards to the brush? Are you going to have to make sure that the gravel is there? Also, there are board of directors. A lot of times cottage units in a certain area have a board of directors.
Oh.
And so
there's rules to follow there.
There's rules to follow. And so when you say ease of access, I'm just going to pull into my cottage and put my arms up. Not necessarily. So how much access do you have to this property? And how easy is it to get to your property? Another thing that a lot of cottages have to consider, do you have shared access?
Oh.
Because
Between the cottage next to you, perhaps?
Absolutely. So there have been cottages that I've shown where the fact is that you are driving by your neighbor's house. And so do they have a big trailer that might block your access? There is a lot to consider when you look at the road that goes to your cottage.
Interesting stuff. Okay. This is a big one, rental potential.
Yes.
And rules surrounding renting. I mean, a lot of people rent their cottages out. It's a great way to make some of that money back.
We see it on social media all the time. Do you have a cottage to rent? Do you have a cottage to rent, right?
Right.
And like, especially like a day like today where it's like, I want to go next week and sit on a dock. Yet, and that's great. And there is definitely rental potentials. You can do an Airbnb. You can do it yourself. You have to remember, though, that if you are part of a cottage community, which, again, a lot of us are, the fact is that they may say, you cannot. We don't allow it. We don't want loud parties, right? And so we have to consider the fact is that you may presume, I'm just going to rent it out. And then the board of directors finds out that is your idea, and they may extend. So you have to find out more about the community, more about the rules and the regulations surrounding your neighborhood.
Interesting. That's a really good question.